Corner kicks occur much more frequently than penalties and present an exciting opportunity of scoring a goal. But unlike the penalty, it requires much more careful planning and team understanding to pull it off. For the purposes of this video, we are going to concentrate our efforts on three main types of corner kicks: the in-swinger, the out-swinger, and the short corner. But before going into any detail, let me introduce you to the black hole. Any well-hit, well-flighted, usually in-swinging ball arriving head height in the black area that you see gives great potential for a goal to be scored. That area is from the front of the 6-yard box to 2 yards or so inside the near post. The ultimate ball will arrive at head height in the eye of the black hole, but you don't need to be that accurate to be successful. Hit any part of the black hole with a half-decent ball and the defending team is in trouble. And even if you overhit the ball, it becomes a great ball at the centre goal or at the far post. The ideal ball into the black hole is not played too high, or it will give the defence time to react. It should arrive in the black hole area at head height. So let's look at the near post corners, which are mainly, but not necessarily, in-swinging corners. It's amazing that more teams do not take advantage of the higher percentage success chance that is given with telling balls into the black hole. First of all, we will look at the roles and expectations of each of the players involved, or potentially involved, in the execution of the play. Only one player is guaranteed a kick of the ball, and that is the corner kick taker. The big decision you as a coach have to make is who is going to be that person to play the ball in. If it's a left midfield player or a left winger, in the situation we see here in the graphic, can that player hit the ball in with his or her right foot? If an in-swinger is adjudged to be the best type of service, it may necessitate bringing someone out of position, and this will unbalance the team. But if the execution is right, the gamble is worthwhile. On the other side of the field, it usually becomes more critical because not too many teams have an excess of natural left-footed players. Is it worth you, as a coach, organising the team to allow maybe your left side back defender to come all the way across to the right flank to take the in-swinging corner? That's your decision, but the quality of the ball coming in from the corner kick will most likely determine the outcome. There are two different types of balls into the black hole. A faster ball with a lower trajectory that gives little chance for defending teams to react, or a slightly slower ball floating a little bit into the black hole, which can be just as difficult for defenders as the faster ball, but gives the attacking team more time to adjust to the flight and the direction of the ball. You will see from the graphic the ball curving in rather than out makes it easier to connect with the type of contact required. That contact most times will be a bump with the top of the forehead to minimally change the trajectory but not usually the direction. There will be a slightly heavier contact at the front of the black hole as compared to the eye of the black hole, as the ball has to travel further into the scoring zone. Too heavy a contact, front or back of the black hole, will make it easier for the goalkeeper and the defenders. The arrows indicating the runs of the players will obviously vary according to the ball played in, but they suggest the most common runs. So let's look at the expectations of the players in the penalty area. Notice we have put two players into the black hole as their starting positions. Some teams only put in one, but the timing of runs is the most difficult aspect of attacking play, so we've made the runs simple. The front player is towards the centre of the black hole and will move forwards, if necessary at an angle if the service is not too good, to make contact with that ball, usually with the head but not always, as a poor ball in can sometimes be made a good one by a deflection with the foot. Generally, this player will only move forwards or sideways. If he or she tries to move backwards to a higher ball, it will affect the run of our second player at the back of the black hole. The same applies with the second player in the black hole, who moves towards the ball to either make a direct header at goal or a flick on for players at the back of the goal. Our next player makes a run from outside the 6-yard box towards the near post and has the most difficult job. Not only must the timing of the run be right, but that player will have to be brave, as he or she may be diving in amongst bodies to make contact. That player is going into the red zone, the zona rosa, that little area just beyond the back of the black hole, which is most difficult to defend. If we put an attacking player in there to start with, it would take away the opportunity that comes from a late run into the red zone to meet the ball, often from a flick on from the player at the front of the black hole. The far post player has the most predictable role of the players attacking the ball. That player is looking for a flick on or a direct in-swinger to the back post, which eliminates the black hole players, attackers and defenders, who are assembled in numbers there. Next is our crafty loiterer, the garbage collector, who always expects the ball to elude everyone and so present a nice opportunity to get himself on the score sheet. That ball may be flicked on from the black hole, or it may simply be a ball that everyone misjudges and arrives in the area just beyond the back post. With all the positions and the runs we've been looking at, assumptions have to be made by all attacking players. The assumption is the ball is always going to arrive in their space and they must be ready to perform. That's why, with our final two players shown in the graphic, we need to give a ring of confidence out on the edge of the penalty area. Those players may be a little deeper than we're showing in the graphic here, depending on the type of ball in, but they are in a position to move to any headed or kick clearance in an effort to keep the pressure on the opposition. What we don't see here is what is taking place at the halfway line. If the opposition had left one player forward as an outlet for a clearance and to occupy our defenders, then we would need to mark tightly front and back. Any failed corner kick should not result in a breakaway opportunity for the opposition. So let's look at the video at our corner kickers in action. With this corner, our player at the front of the back hole adjusts his run, and the flick on gives the scorer in the Zona Rosa a great ball. Look at it again. Great adjustments at the front of the black hole and a brave header in the Zona Rosa. In the next one, a fastball into the front of the black hole is converted into a great goal. Just watch again to see how quickly it all happens with the defence not having time to react. The next one is the perfect execution, XO. Perfect ball into the eye of the black hole, perfect timing and technique in converting the cross into a goal. Another ball into the eye of the black hole produces a deflection header with great work by the player at the far post. Look at it in slow motion to fully appreciate the work of the three executioners in this goal. Good work in the black hole enables the goal to be scored in the Zona Rosa. In the slow motion, you can see how the scorer has to fight his way through two defenders to the ball. Same here, as a great flick on gives the opportunity for the Zona Rosa guy to get a foot to it. Have a look at it again. Left-footed from the left side into the black hole, great skill, gives the almost perfect black hole ball, but it still requires skill, bravery, timing and technique at the far post. A left-footed in-swinger requires a recovery header to get a flick-on contact, and the garbage collector beyond the far post coolly slots it home. Great play. The overhit in-swinging ball becomes the perfect far post ball and is scored by a terrific header. Notice in the slow motion just how many defenders have been drawn into the black hole area, giving the player at the far post a little more room, but not that much to score the goal. Same here, 6 orange players covering the near post and the black hole area allows some space for the far post player to make contact. It was still a great run and a header at the